2024 has come with a lot of lessons already. This is August. I've learned so much from 2024. Up is down. Life has no meaning unless you give it one. Life is bigger than religion. God is bigger than religion. These are the lessons I've learned in 2024. But see, one of the most important lessons in 2024 that I have learned that's even bigger than the God is bigger than your religion is that I create my own limitation. All this is why I've been physically working hard to achieve something. I've been physically touring, consciously trying to be better, to get a better life, to be a better person, not just a better person, have a better experience in life. All this while I've been doing this consciously, physically. Me still have been creating my limitation, which is I have been the enemy of my own progress. And it was very shocking to realize that all this while that I have been either blaming the system or blaming the universe as God. I'm like, oh, God does not love me. Why? Praying, crying, asking every day. All this while I've been doing this and feeling like, okay, maybe my request or my prayer got lost and God is not listening, God is not hearing me. Why is God not hearing me? Or maybe God's time is the best. Sis, there is nothing like that. Okay, all this why I have been the one blocking my own blessing. Like I've been the one shutting the doors on my own blessing. So there is no universe being against me. There is no uncle, auntie that is doing something to me in the village trying to stop me from progressing. There is no devil or demon that is against me, that is working against me. See, all those things doesn't exist. That who has been behind my suffering, behind my working without reward is me. And that's the biggest lesson that 2024 has taught me. Is that not shocking? To find out that the person safeguarding and blocking yourself, like your own progress, is yourself. The person that has been working against you consciously and subconsciously, physically and spiritually is yourself. That is something that 2024 has taught me, and I'm going to be explaining how I have been creating my own limitation, how I have been creating my own suffering by myself. But yes, you heard me say that 2024 taught me that God is bigger than religion, and 2024 taught me that for real. Because I was just living my own religion. I was a Christian and I was living Christianity. And I was still feeling like, oh my fucking God, am I doing the right thing? Like, yes, I was still like scared to death. Like, am I doing the right thing? Will I wake up one day and thunder will fire me? Will I wake up and, find out that all this while I've been doing the wrong thing? Am I supposed to be living religion? And not until I realized that, yes, living religion is just like living. That's the first. Actually, religion is like the first step into understanding who God is. But God is actually bigger than religion. All religion talk about a particular God, right? That particular God exists, but not in the way that religion is passing the message. Religion lets you know that there is actually a higher power, a supreme power, right? But they don't tell you what that supreme power is or how to really understand what that power is. They just tell you something different. So God is actually bigger than religion, okay? And 2024 taught me that. I just wanted to chip this in before we talk about how I have been working against myself. Oh, I am actually meant to be someone great. I have always thought that, by now I'll be, someone very, amazingly great, amazingly together with great. Like, I thought I would like someone awesome, Just, I hope my life would. Sorry, I heard a sound. I don't know if you guys can hear because I have a microphone here blocking you guys from all the background noise. You guys are not going to be hearing the shit I'm hearing. but there was just this harsh sound right now. People pouring sand from their truck because they are building across my house. But anyways, how I have been stopping myself from being this amazingly great, awesome lady, awesome human being. And I can't tell you the whole story until I tell you how it started. Everything is about me, and if you're able to relate to what I'm saying, it means that we're suffering through the same shit. Now, I got into this particular reality, and I came from a family that understood what lack is. You know, I don't know if you understand this, but the things that you're living through right now, the things that you feel like this is you, some of these things are not you. Some of these things were things that you picked up from when you were small. And there is every possibility that you picked this up from either your parents or your guardians or like somebody that was present when you were growing up from the age 0 to, which is from 1 week or 1 day to 7 years. Now, during that period, there's a certain programming that is done to a child. And whatever it is that that child experienced from that day one that they got into this earth to the age 7, it sticks. Okay, it becomes the subconscious mind. It becomes the foundation in which that child will grow and become whatever he wants to become. So if you grow up in a home where your parents were freaking wealthy, you had money, whenever you wanted anything, you have it instantly. Now you're going to grow up as an adult that doesn't know what lack is. You grow up and whatever it is you want, you're gonna have. You grow up and you have everything. See, you will grow up, there's a certain confidence that comes with that, and that particular confidence is what the universe understands. That particular self-image, that is what the universe understands. Okay, so whatever it is that your subconscious mind already know, that is what practically becomes your reality when you grow up and start understanding that you're experiencing life. So for me, I grew up in a home where we already understood what lack is. So I grew up, and before I could get to 7, I already understood what poverty. Yes, because we were fucking poor. I came into this earth, although I heard that before I came, my dad was doing well because he was working with central bank, and the period when they gave birth to me was around that period that he lost his job or he was retired. I don't know what happened. I don't know the story, but then when I came into this particular earth, Abarok, okay, so I already started understanding what being broke is, and I came into this particular reality. I came as a female, and down here in Africa, there's a certain way females are. I don't want to say breed. There's a certain way they are groomed, trained, and you see all these boxes, all these things I'm calling are boxes. All these things are social constructs. Okay, your environment, the society you live with, the community you live with, the people you are around. All these things are little constructs that they are boxes. Now, for every box you belongs to, it's actually going to affect who you become in life because those are your belief system. For everything you learn from that environment from your age 1 to age 7, those things becomes like those boxes becomes the foundation of who you become. Okay, and for me, it's broke um, plus the way they train female here. They train you to like they train you as a second hand citizen, not first. You use second hand, a bit third hand citizen because everything you have to do towards being this for a man, being accepted by the community, being this. There's a certain way women are supposed to be. Women are supposed to act, behave. There's a certain limitation already, which is a box. Limitations are boxes. That's why I said I have been creating all limitations, and those limitations are boxes, which are illusions. They are not real. But because everybody that comes into this reality does not ask questions, most people just go through the programming and subconsciously now use that particular programming to train their children. Now giving that programming to their children will not ask questions, so receive it also and get to the age where they start breeding their own children and training their own children, grooming them in that certain way. So for me, millennium, 1993, that's the year I came. Okay, that's the year I arrived into this particular reality. Now, that 1993 February, that is what is happening. Now, all these little boxes was used to program me. And now I am 7 and I know what lack is, because every day and every second in my life or in my household, we're always working really hard to survive, just to even feed, to be able to pay school fees, to be able to do even the basic, like the basic needs, to be able to afford the basic needs, food, water, shelter, those things. We really had to work really hard. So at a very little age, I already understood what it means to work, what it means to chase, what it means to want, what it means to not have, what it means to, live like a lower class citizen, and living as a female in that same lower class citizen. So all these things were just part of the belief that was just, will I say, embedded, but it was part of the programming. And as soon as I got to the age where I started understanding what life is, or understanding what I am doing here on earth, I already have like a foundation of programming. Like I already have a belief system, which I myself did not even know that subconsciously I was picking up. Okay, subconsciously I was picking these things up, and I did not know that subconsciously that particular belief system is going to start creating my own reality for me. Now, because of the emotional attachment I've had to these particular experiences I've had growing up, they've all laid their foundation in my mental state, also my emotional state, my physical state. They all have laid their foundation. Now, me growing up now, understanding that, okay, now this is me out in the world. Who do I want to be? And I have decided, okay, this is who I want to be, or this is who I thought I wanted to be because of the program. When you're being programmed like that, it's actually supposed to bear a certain result, which is this. Okay, for everything that you have experienced, and there's a certain reason why it was done like that. Now, you wouldn't do something unless you already have, like, people will not create a system unless they know that that system is going to work. So for people to create a particular system and keep using that system for years and years and years and years, it means that it's working, and they know that it would continue working. That is why society construct or social construct was created, educational system was created, religious system was created. All these systems were put into place because they know that if these systems are able to, like, if a particular geography gets this particular system, this is what we're going to be getting from this particular geography. So if I make Africans, or let me come down to Nigerians, if I make Nigerians go through this particular system, it is going to bear this particular fruits as human beings. Like, the people that are going to come out of this programming are going to be behaving in this certain way, and this is what we want them to do. Because to be able to control these masses, this much people on earth, all the system had to be put in place. Now, there's one done in Africa, there's one done in Asia. Different geography with different kind of programming. Now, for the ones I got, right, my belief system, I was placed in a belief system or my belief system was something that had to do with lack, had to do with not being good enough or incomplete. So I was taught to always want, chase, always beg. When I mean beg, beg God to provide, and why I now physically work, which is contradicting what I am doing. I'm already asking God to provide for me, and now I am working towards what I have asked God to. I was taught to just be like this particular slave, because that was what the programming was meant to produce. And now, for everybody that comes into this particular world, be it an African, Asia, whoever you are, this is who we are generally. When we come into this particular world, we come with abundance. There is no one that come into this particular world that does not come with abundance. Now, when you start experiencing this lack, is from the programming. You're not going to understand what lack is unless you have been programmed to understand what lack is. Okay, unless you have been placed in a system or in an environment where you have experienced lack, and lack, like you have experienced lack over and over and over again, and it has become a part of you. And now this is something that you know, and this is something that you're living through, like you're living through subconsciously. Now you don't know that you're doing it because it is now part of your routine, and now subconsciously your life keep repeating itself in that manner. My battery is low. So for all of us, for every soul that comes, we all come with abundance. Now the programming is what now creates the lack. And if you check what is happening in the world, few people are experiencing abundance, and a lot are experiencing lack. If you check it, it doesn't balance. Like, it's not even 50-50. It's around 85, 10, and then 5 observers. If you check the amount of people that are slaves, the amount of people that are broke, the amount of people that the ones that are working so hard physically with their hands are 85% of people, and these are the people that can never get rich, because you can never work with your hand physically like so much and become rich. You can never get rich from physical work. But 85% of people have been placed on that programming where they experience lack, where they forget who they are, that, which is abundance. They forget that they are beings of abundance, and what they now know is lack. So they are steady chasing, steady wanting to complete themselves in different way, physically, emotionally, mentally. They're always, but then mentally, they've already been deprived of really understanding what it means to be abundant. So we all come like in full with abundance, but then the programming is what now keeps you in the state where you're steady lacking. Now back to moi, okay. After getting those programming and I went through the educational system, I went through the educational system for the main purpose that I want to do better in life. I want to do, my parents sent me to school because they want me to also do better than them. So I actually went to school intentionally wanting to do better, get better, become better. But then I have gone through the educational system and still better is not coming. Why is it not coming? Why is it not coming? What am I doing wrong? I have done the things that I am meant to do. Like, this is what you say I should do, and I am going to be able to survive, and I'm going to be able to afford the shit that I want. But every day that I am working towards the shit that I want, things keep getting more expensive. And it feels like the more I work and get, the more I have to spend, the more I have to. It's because I have been placed in that particular vibration where I do not actually catch up to my desired reality, where I get better. I can never catch up, because once I catch up, then what is the essence? What's the essence? So subconsciously now, I have been programmed to never catch up, and I did not understand this. I did not know this. So every time I work physically towards getting better, I am actually still depriving myself from getting better, because the more I work, the more I confirm that I have to always work to get that. The more I confirm that I have to always break my back, and the more that belief system is growing and building. I don't know if you get it. It was done to you or done to me, because I'm talking about me. It was done to me when I was small, and now for every day I live my life in that particular programming where I want to work to pull myself out of lack physically, the more I am confirming the belief I got from when I was 7, the more I am building the bricks of that foundation, the more I am watering it, the more I am putting more energy, and the more it is growing. And that is how I've been creating lack for myself. For every time, this does not just apply to financial state, it applies to every state, like every of my states, my mental state, my emotional state, because the financial state was not the only thing done to you. There's a certain emotional state that was also done to you, where you can never feel complete emotionally. Like, you always feel like you need someone to complete you, and the more you feel like you need someone to complete you, the more you get to be in a relationship where somebody does not treat you like you're complete. Are you getting it now? Because you yourself don't see that you're complete. Yourself don't understand that you're complete. So the more you're feeling that emptiness, the more you attract emptiness. So the more you are feeling financially broke, or financially that you don't have, the more you're feeling like you don't have money, you're not abundant, the more you're creating lack. The more you're living in a reality where you don't get abundance. And that is how I have been creating my limitation. So the more I give energy to the fact that I am limited, trying to now pull myself out of that limit, the more I am confirming that I am limited. And the more I live in a reality where I feel limited. And I did not know this. I didn't know this. I am 31, and I am still here trying to struggle and figure out why almost everybody around me, what am I saying almost? Almost everybody. I still said almost, but yeah, let's say 80% of people around me work really hard. And that same 80% of people around me don't have. So what is wrong? What are they doing wrong? It's the mindset. It's the state of being. Physically, you cannot pull yourself out of that. Physically, you cannot place yourself where you start feeling like now you're enough, unless you change your mental state of being, unless you start understanding that all this why you were never in lack. You have been the one creating the lack by feeling like you're in lack, by thinking that you're in lack, by trying to confirm that fact, which is working so hard, which is worrying. So the more you worry, the more you experience a reality where you worry. The more you say you suffer and you are looking at life from the aspect that you're suffering, the more you're going to suffer. The more you feel like you're not happy with your life, the more you're going to live in a reality where you're not happy. Now, this is the things that was done in the programming to your mind. These are the little things that you feel like, oh, this now it can't be. But this is it. Okay. So the more you feel something, the more it becomes your reality. The more you project it into your reality. If you understand, this is how Vivian has been creating her limitation. So all this why where I tell myself that I am not, this person, that is why people don't care or people don't pay attention to me because I don't have this. Because yes, for the fact that that is why I think that is what is happening. Because now me feeling a particular way, of course, it's going to be my reality, confirming the fact that my belief is true. All the time, your physical or your conscious works, no reward. It doesn't reward you, okay? Until your mental state tells you that, yeah, until your belief system is like, yes, 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 this is who we are, then you're not it. Okay, so that is how I've been creating my limitation from my mental state. Now, all these things already I explained to you that I picked it up from childhood, and I didn't know that for every day I live my life, you know, doing the things that I was taught to do while I was younger, every day I am, confirming the fact that my childhood, whatever was done to me, is true. Whatever was done to me, that is how my life is meant to be. So if I say I don't want to experience the lack I experienced in my childhood, if I say I don't want to live the life where all the things that I saw in my childhood that I like, I don't want it to happen in my adulthood, or I don't want it to happen in my future. I can't go with that same mindset that that programming I got from my childhood. I have to change something. Something has to be changed. Something has to be reprogrammed. My belief system has to change totally. And for everything I hold on to, I must make sure that that particular belief system is actually benefiting me and not working against me. Because for every belief system that you are holding from your childhood that is working against you, that is how you are creating your limitation. I hope it makes sense. Now, if any belief system is not working for you, then you have to let it go, because there's 100% chance that that is what you're projecting into your reality, and that is what you're seeing. That doesn't make sense. I don't know if you understand, but anybody that understand, I hope this really helps you, okay? Because as soon as I understand this particular fact about myself, what I've been working towards now is how to change my mental state. Now, I'm no longer physically working towards being anything. I am emotionally, or let me say mentally, changing my belief system, because that is the only place that it can work from. That is the only place that I can actually truly change my reality. Whatever I perceive is what I will project. So, for the fact that I am perceiving something that I don't want to project, or I'm projecting something I don't want to perceive, I don't know which way. But the fact that I don't like my physical reality right now, it means that I am still projecting what I don't like. And how do I stop it? I have to change my perception. So I have to go back inwards, like my state of mind, my state of being, and change that nothing is happening to you spiritually, nothing is sucking your energy spiritually. It is all a mental state, which is the mental slavery that has been done to like 85% of people existing. So it's not like it's your fault, okay? It's just the programming, it's just your subconscious mind working against you. And all you have to do is align your subconscious mind to your conscious mind and make them one, okay, which is your soul to your mind, which is your physical to your spiritual. Do you understand? So yeah, you can't physically change your situation if you're not mentally changing it. And that's what I've been doing. Okay, so I just want you to understand this fact that for progress to start happening, you need to change what you think about yourself. You need to change your self-image. And it's very easy for you to change your self-image. I've been talking about how there are so many versions of you existing right now. You don't have just one version. You can switch. When you have the right to like switch, okay, nobody's stopping you from switching. You have the right to like and be who you want to be, okay, and that's easy. But you first need to understand that you need to change who you are right now mentally so that you can start becoming who you want to be. Okay, so that's I just pray this gets to somebody and you understand exactly what I'm saying. Anyways, that's my important lesson.